Hello friends. When we talk about GDP, what comes into our mind? Is it measuring criteria that how strong country's economy is? Why should countries only consider GDP as stronger metric to compare the economy? Having more GDP is sign for stronger economy? Before getting into this video, let me give some idea about GDP. For measuring weight, we use kgs or pounds. And for measuring distance, we use miles or kilometers. Similarly, for measuring how countries stack up in ladder of economical power we use something called GDP. So in this video, I am going to explain about what is GDP and how it is calculated and see GDP in a larger perspective. Now, what is GDP? First of all, let us dissect the term GDP, that is gross domestic product. Gross, which means overall or total. Domestic in context means within the country. Product, as you all know, is goods and services. Now, combining with the word GDP defines as the total value of all finished goods and services generated within the country over a certain period of time. Now, to make it simple, let us understand GDP in this way. Consider a supermarket. When anyone buys any product from the supermarket, it is added to the supermarket's transactions list. There will be lots of sales throughout the day. At the end of the day, adding up all these sales transactions gives the revenue for that day. Similarly, consider country is a market where finished goods which sold has a value. Adding the values of all the millions of products produced within the country in a year gives the final value, which is the GDP of a country. Now, when the sales of supermarket is high for a day, their revenue will be higher. Similarly, more goods and services generated within the country, then the GDP will be high. Products which are imported from other country does not count under the GDP of a country. For example, in 2018, China adds $750 billion, which is 5.5% of their GDP, which came from just mobile industry, both by their own consumers and exporting them to other countries. That means more exports, more GDP. That is the reason why we should not use imported products. It's perfectly fine when we have scarcity of products like smartphones, which are mostly imported. But what about Indian homegrown products like Indian cosmetic products and daily essentials like soap, shampoo, etc., which many people prefer using foreign products, which is resulting in growth of their own GDP. Now, you might have got some idea about GDP. Additionally, GDP has certain inclusions and exclusions. Let's see what is included in GDP. First of all, final goods and services which sold for money. Only sales of final goods are counted because intermediate products price is already added to final products. For example, wood is an intermediate product which is not considered in GDP, but final price of finished furniture made from wood is considered. The second one is capital goods. Capital goods are those goods which are used for producing other goods. They include tools, buildings, vehicles, machinery, etc. For example, oven is a capital good, which is counted under GDP when it is bought, and product made from that oven is also considered. But there are some exceptions for goods and services which are not counted under GDP. The first one is intermediate goods and services. Intermediate goods are those goods which are used to produce a final goods or finished goods. Example, clothing material, wood, etc. The second one is sale of used products. Products which are sold for second hand, like building which was constructed 10 years ago, then it would have already been added to GDP that year itself. Now, if again anyone buys that house or building, then it will not be added to GDP. Third one is unpaid work. Work performed within the family and volunteer work, etc. For example, if a product like a cake is prepared for a family consumption, then the value of that cake will not be added to GDP. Fourth one is black market and illegal goods. The products which are sold without government permission, which are not counted under GDP. For example, illegal drugs and illegal mining. Now that we have got some idea about what are included and excluded in GDP, and now let's see how GDP is calculated. Defining GDP is fairly simple, but calculating GDP is a complex process. Different countries employ different methods. Most commonly, income-based approach and expenditure-based approach. For now, let us see how GDP is calculated using expenditure-based approach. This is commonly used approach for calculating GDP, which is straightforward. Expenditure-based approach calculates GDP by evaluating sum of all final goods purchased in an economy in a year. Here you can see the formula of GDP on the screen, where C stands for consumption, which is fairly biggest components contributing to GDP. I stands for investments like spending on new houses, and investments in GDP does not mean purchase of financial products. Buying financial products is classified as savings in GDP. G stands for government spendings, which is sum of all government expenditures like public wages and purchase of weapons for military purpose. X minus M stands for exports minus imports from the country. Finally, adding up all these components gives the GDP value. In India, GDP is calculated by Central Statistic Office, which comes under Ministry of Statistics and Program. While calculating GDP, there are several factors comes into picture. Let me explain how. If GDP of any country before 10 years was $1 trillion, and after 10 years it reached to $10 trillion, then that doesn't simply implies that there is growth in GDP. You may ask how. The prices of final goods and services might have been lower before 10 years, and now it may increase 10 times the initial price. For example, if 10 rupees buys 1 kg rice before 10 years, and after 10 years 10 rupees buys only 0.1 kg rice. Now for the same quantity, one should spend 10 times more. So prices have increased over time, which is called inflation. So to get a clear understanding about inflation, you can check my previous video on inflation, link given in the description and cards. So final prices of goods and services is what matters for calculating GDP. Higher the prices of goods and services, higher the GDP. Now to overcome the problem of inflation, the GDP is adjusted accordingly, which is called real GDP. Real GDP adjusts for the price changes due to inflation. Real GDP considers prices of goods and services at certain date in past and GDP is calculated. Whereas nominal GDP is calculated by taking current prices of any goods and services over a period of time. Inflation of goods and services are not considered. Now, let us see why countries only consider GDP as stronger metric to compare among economies. Having more GDP is sign for stronger economy? Well, we can use this GDP as sign of how one nation's economic activity is. Like how much products are produced, which has a value. But GDP became a common factor of how one nation's people's standard of living is. Higher the GDP, higher the standard of living, which is not true. You may ask why. There are many factors which comes into picture. GDP does not include many things. Before comparing GDP of any two countries, we need to consider the following. First is cost of living. Many countries, even India, compares its GDP with USA due to its first ranking. Well, USA is more advanced in technology. That is a different story. But we should not compare GDP of India with USA or for that matter with any other country. Because of cost of living in USA is much higher than India. Example, simple haircut for men costs around $28 on an average in USA, which converted to Indian rupees is 2000 to 2500, considering fluctuations in currency exchange rate. But in India, average cost of haircut is not even 500 rupees. Clearly, we can see that how much price differences comes between two countries. Nominal GDP, which is used to compare among different nations. India ranks 5th with $2.6 trillion of GDP. But there is another GDP which considers PPP, that is purchasing power parity. I will make another video explaining about PPP in detail. But for now, you can understand PPP is something which takes cost of living of countries into consideration. Now, according to GDP with PPP, India ranks third with $11.3 trillion and China which has already reached first position. Now, there is another case why GDP should not be compared among nations, which is unpaid work or volunteer work like child care, family related works, etc. Example, most young parents in USA are employees. So due to this they leave their children at childcare centers for which they pay money and that is counted in GDP. But here in India almost all parents prefer taking care of their children on their own, which is unpaid work, and that is not counted in GDP. Similarly, there are many cases for why US has higher GDP. Many things are commercialized in USA, which means everything is exchanged for money. So, from all this, one can say that either GDP is not right choice to compare among countries, or even comparing GDP will not give exact picture of any economy. And lastly, GDP is just a value. That's it guys. Hope you got something about GDP. If you have any doubts in mind, please comment down. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy. Bye.